These chalkboard-based puzzles were created by a Toronto mom.
I got the V.
Whose only goal was to help her 3-year-old son with his fine motor skills. You said that when your son, Luca, was diagnosed with autism, his learning wasn't going to be a barrier, but just a learning curve.
As an educator, you come across so many students with so many different needs. And when Luca was approaching his diagnosis, I already knew the answers. I already knew that he was autistic. It was so important for me to start this because I needed to find a way.
Oh yes, I got it. Let's go. Okay.
To help my son to learn.
Oh yeah.
And that's how Creative Beginnings started, a simple idea to educate children everywhere. This initiative is for children of all abilities.
Absolutely. And when I realized this was working for him, my automatic thing went to my students. Teaching kindergarten, I'm around children of so many different needs. It's not a one-size-fit-all approach.
It works by bridging the gap between early literacy,
W is for whale.
the ability to understand and work with numbers, and early learning.
It's teaching them the identification component. There's a name concept, and the key with the indented spaces is it prevents Luca, in this case, from going out of the lines. Even if he wasn't quite able to make a straight line, he still was able to see his name because he was within that space. When he did it the first time, it's just overwhelming.
I can leave it on the table as a center activity for students to do independently. I can do them as a guided activity with different students. And so it's been very helpful because whether a student has a special need or not, it's such a simple idea that it can be used by all.
The puzzles have gained popularity in just 5 short years.
We are in major educational catalogs in the TDSB, which is reaching many, many, many more teachers.
They're also available across the country into the US and Australia. Does Luca know he's the inspiration behind all of this?
My older son is a big advocate for him, and he tries to explain to him that this is what you did. And he's like, oh, okay. I've seen that you can teach a child with a special need with the same resources as you do for a child that's not on the spectrum. There's such a stigma around children with special needs, and I feel like I make it my mission now to bridge that gap between early learning and early development, but also between mainstream and diagnosed children.
And when it comes to the puzzles, Christina is pretty hands-on. Not only did she come up with the idea, she designs and paints them too. Ellen, pretty incredible that she's managed to find the time to do this, to create this, teaching full-time, and she's a busy mom of 2.
And so important, to get that relation between kids with special needs and other kids in the classroom. If they're all playing the same game or doing the same puzzle, learning at the same time, that's so important.
They're learning together, and the teachers are learning, and she says it works. Why does it have to be separated?
Thanks, Susan.
You're welcome.